For many people, including my dad, the website 538.com, run by Nate Silver, becomes the gospel during the presidential election to inform them about the state of the presidential election. For those of you who don't know about the website, Nate Silver accumulates all the publicly available polling data that he can and generates a predicted probability that each candidate will win the election. So if you went on his website just before I came down here, you would see that he is giving Hillary Clinton a 70% chance and Donald Trump a 30% chance of winning the election on Tuesday. Now, my talk today is about why I'm not a big fan of what Nate Silver does. Now, some of this is just the fact I'm a little bit jealous that he does very similar stuff to what I do and gets paid a lot of money to do it. So there's a hint of jealousy in the criticism. But the broader criticism that he tries to fit a square peg into a circle hole. What do I mean by this? There are a lot of steps involved with translating responses to the question, who are you going to vote for, into a probability that a candidate wins. I teach an introduction to statistics class here for undergraduates, and when we teach this class, we talk about how polls are uncertain because we only sample a very small fraction of the population in order to try to learn something about the population at large. But there are so many polls happening in the world. I got polled myself by the Franklin and Marshall poll over the weekend, that there isn't that much uncertainty left about the population at large according to the poll because we can aggregate all these things together. So we're pretty sure that once we aggregate all these polls together, as of today, Hillary Clinton has about a 3-point lead relative to Donald Trump. But what remains uncertain is a lot of things about how that's going to translate into electoral results. Are the people we're polling representative of the set of people who are going to actually cast votes? People with cell phones might be less likely to get polled than people with landlines. Is everyone telling us accurately whether they're going to vote or not in the election? People notoriously lie. They like to say they're going to vote. If we believe people's intentions about whether they were going to vote, we'd have 90% turnout in this country. We don't have 90% turnout. Some people are going to be harder to reach than others. People are going to or might lie about who they're going to vote for because of biases and what they want to say to pollsters. And statistics actually is pretty useless at calibrating how much uncertainty we have of this form. So I've been very much influenced by my former colleague Justin Wolfers, my former graduate student David Rothschild, that if you want to predict what is going to happen in the election, it's better to ask people, who do you think is going to win? They have pretty convincingly shown that that is a much better question to be asking than who are you going to vote for. I won't poll this room, but I was doing an event for Wharton this morning, and when I polled people in that room who was going to win, 90% said Clinton and 10% said Trump. But it's even better than asking that question is to look at prediction markets. Prediction markets are places where people can make bets about who is going to win elections. David has a website called predictwise.com that is my go-to source to find out what's happening in the presidential election. Currently, you have to pay 84 cents to make a bet that will pay $1 if Hillary Clinton wins the election. That means, roughly speaking, that bettors are giving Clinton an 84% chance of winning. So when people ask me who's going to win, I say Clinton has an 84% chance. Thank you.